leadership. And I feel honored to stand here in front of such great leaders of this sector. But what do we actually mean by new normal? I would love to receive a guidance from any dignitaries present here today. If any one of you could give me your perspective on what do we understand by this new normal. Anyone, please? Yeah. Actually, we are all gathered here for the new normal in terms of education and leadership. And we all understand what this new normal means. It is from traditional ways to the digital ways. But what does this new normal actually mean? And what is your perspective as the leaders of today's world on this new normal? So moving on, the new normal, according to me, here refers to the current transformational changes that we have been all observing amid this COVID-19 situation. A change from traditional methods to the new digital methods. A change from being physically present to digitally imparting knowledge. All the leaders here are well known for it and have achieved this milestone with a greater success. So, starting on with today's function, we have an agenda of empowering education community with socio-digital transformation and 21st century skills in VUCA world. For this, I would like to invite on stage a chief guest, Professor Dr. Anil D. Sahasrabuddhe, Chairman, AICTE under Ministry of Education, Government of India. Our guest of honor, Dr. M.P. Punia, Vice Chairman, AICTE under MOE, Government of India. Dr. M.S. Pankaj Mittal, Secretary General, Association of Indian Universities. Our special guest today is Dr. Paran Somani, International Motivation Speaker, Academic Scholar, Writer, Author, Humanitarian, and Philanthropist. And our eminent speaker for today are Kunwar Shekhar Vijendra, Co-founder and Chancellor, Shobhit University, Meerut; Professor Prabhat Ranjan, PhD, UC Berkeley, Vice Chancellor, D.Y. Patil International University; Dr. Madhu Chitkara, Pro-Chancellor, Chitkara University, Punjab; and Peter Jaisilan, Managing Director, South Asia, and Head, APAC, Public Sector Business Unit, Zabra. I would like to call upon you on stage and start with our function. And to address the furthermore, I would like to call Mr. Chandan Anand, Founder and CEO and Editor, Adarcom Media Limited.
Guest of honor on the stage, please. So before anything we speak, with great regards and respect, may I please request everyone to stand up for the national anthem.
जनगण मन अधिनायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता पंजाब सिंध गुजरात मराठा द्राविड उत्कल बंगा विंध्य हिमाचल यमुना गंगा उच्चल जलधि तरंगा तव शुभ नामे जागे तव शुभ आशीष मांगे गाहे तव जय गाथा जन गण मंगलदायक जय हे भारत भाग्य विधाता जय हे जय हे जय हे जय 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 हे
But I don't know from how many years I'm in telling and saying this again and again in many conferences, events, not only in India but even worldwide. I hope just try to catch every word, every sentence of this शायरी which I am going to speak. मंजिलें हमसे हैं लेकिन मंजिलों से हम नहीं. मंजिलें हमसे हैं लेकिन मंजिलों से हम नहीं. ऐ मंजिल तू रुक वहीं, चल पड़े हैं हम पथ पर, और जिस पथ पर हम चल पड़े हैं पत्थर है वो मलमल नहीं. आई थिंक एवरी वन कैन रिलेट टू वट आई एम सेइंग दैट. एंड केवल सोचने से ही, थैंक यू, केवल सोचने से ही कहाँ मिलती है तमन्नाओं के शहर साहेब. केवल सोचने से ही कहाँ मिलती हैं तमन्नाओं के शहर साहेब. चलना भी ज़रूरी है मंजिल को पाने के लिए. सो थैंक यू सो मच फॉर हेल्पिंग अस, आडाकॉम मीडिया सपोर्टिंग अस. और आप लोग चल के आए, फिजिकल इवेंट में आए, फर्स्ट फिजिकल इवेंट में आए, फर्स्ट न्यू नॉर्मल और इंडिया के बिगेस्ट न्यू नॉर्मल इवेंट में आए. This was our effort, and I don't know since how many months we have been saying that. In fact, maybe the idea started when I was in the ICU bed when I was suffering in the COVID situation. I was hospitalized for almost 25 days, and in that 25 days, for 8 to 9 days, I was in ICU. Maybe that was my last hours or the days I was counting over here. I was just remembering few things कि जाने के बाद मुझे कौन याद करेगा? Who are the person who are going to remember me? 17 years of my hardship in almost 9 to 10 organizations, including Infosys, Times of India, Sakal, SBI, and I don't know how many organizations. But it was in the profile of, hierarchies profile. I wanted to do something for this society, for the education community, जिनसे मैंने इतना कुछ लिया इतने सालों पे. I wanted to give them back. और वो बिना कुछ सोचे समझे, I just thought, with my co-founder Ashish Jain कि भाई कुछ करना है. Would you help me in doing this? Ashish, can you please raise your hand? Thank you so much, dear, for being a part of this mission. And we being a young entrepreneur, we thought that let us drive this networking business of community, not only in academia, but also in human resource, healthcare, governance, media, entertainment and art. तो वहाँ से हमारी जर्नी वो शुरू हुई. And we are proud to say that during this COVID situation, जहाँ पर companies बंद हो रही थी, employees को निकालना जा रहा था, we set an example. और 2 महीने पहले our first startup companies got incorporated, and we started employing people. And in this time of just 2 months, now we are a staff of almost 10 to 12 people. और and these are those people जिनको नोटिस देके या किसी सैलरी के इशू से या किसी भी रीज़न से डिफरेंट ऑर्गेनाइजेशन से निकाला गया था. एंड उनको फिर मैंने रखा बिकॉज दे वर डिजर्विंग पीपल. दे हैड लॉट ऑफ एनर्जी, लॉट ऑफ एंथुजियाज्म, एंड दे वर वेरी यंग एंटरप्रेन्योर्स. किसी ने MBA किया था, किसी का कुछ एक्सपीरियंस था. तो थैंक यू सो मच माई लीडरशिप टीम, माई फाउंडेशन टीम, फॉर मेकिंग माई शोल्डर्स सो स्ट्रॉन्ग. एंड सी वॉट वी आर डूइंग टूडे. वी आर हैविंग the top academicians, leaders, government, non-government, supporting bodies who are supporting us to, organize and help this mission going forward again and again. I'm very thankful to all our eminent guests over here. So, with a formal announcement and a formal welcome, good morning, ladies and gentlemen. A very warm welcome and a very hearty welcome to all the distinguished speakers, guests on the dais, off the dais, representing India's fraternity and India's and world's finest and biggest fraternity in education. Good morning, and we welcome to all the attendees, academicians, educators and experts from edtech companies, startups, corporate. Thank you so much for helping us, supporting us, all our partners who have managed to block their schedule and attend this first and biggest new normal event. My name is Chandan Anand. I'm the founder, CEO and editor of Adacom Media, an emerging media startup which has just incorporated in mid of second phase of COVID era. During this time of volatility, uncertainty, complexity, and ambiguity, which has been termed as VUCA, we are struggling, suffering, and fighting for our survival. Launching this new normal event is our sincere effort and first step towards this mission of connecting global communities of students and academia and addressing their queries related to admissions, career during the pandemic COVID-19. We are just trying to smoothen the process of hiring, recruiting, teaching, learning, and the process of examination and their assessment making easier. We are having the partners with us who are helping us transform the business, transform the traditional business to a new normal business, which is more informative, more digital. So we have few, we didn't, being a new normal, we didn't kept a proper octanom or a proper stall outside, but we thought to have a desk where there is no barrier of interaction with the corporates who are just waiting outside to interact with you. So whenever you get time, whenever it is feasible for you, please visit your 5 minutes time, your precious time, to each and every stall to understand what are they doing and how they can help you transform the business. There is a message, there is a personal message which came from the chairman's office, AICT, respected Anil Saspude ji. I guess the Secretary of Higher Education or Education is getting retired today, and a new secretary is joining. So there is an entire day function which has been organized by AICT in that farewell. So the delegation of chairman, vice chairman, and secretary who was supposed to join us today might delay in time, or they might excuse to be a witness this event, but they have given their sincere efforts, their sincere regards, and they have extended their thank you and a grand welcome to all of you. And they were very kind enough to be the supporting partner. I'm very thankful to Dr. Mrs. Pankaj Mittal ji, Secretary General, Association of Indian University. I congratulate ma'am and their department for a tremendous and exemplary contribution in making this higher education model of India stronger and stronger day by day. Not only nationally, but internationally, ma'am, if I'm not wrong, you are making a very strong presence and footprints of India. Thank you so much, ma'am. It has been maybe a dream. Maybe there were very few people, if I name, whom I approached, whom I see as a father figure. One of them, I don't hesitate in saying the name, Kuwar Shekhar Vijendra ji, co-founder and chancellor, Shobhit University. He has been a standing force, a standing strong pillar behind me in giving my mission and vision a strong dream. वो बोले कि बेटा तुम चलो, मैं हूँ तुम्हारे साथ. Whatever you are doing is very few people dream of it. Thank you so much, Kumar sir. Thank you so much, Devendra sir, for helping me in doing this. Vice Chancellor of Jindal, OP Jindal University, Patidar sir, he has been a very fine friend and again an elder brother for me. He has been motivating me in many of the, मैं नाम लेते I guess the days will go on, Aman Mittal sir and so many people on the dais, Parin ji. So thank you so much, you all of you, coming over here, making this event successful. तो new normal तो ऐसा ही है, खचाखच नहीं भरा रहेगा, but at least शुरुआत तो की हमने. At least we started. So let us see how other organization, how other established player, FICCI, SOCHM, CII, I don't know how many players, they learn that ki new normal nahi hai. Let us open the doors. Let us come together again. And under this knowledge sharing platform, हम लोग बहुत सारे deliberations और meaningful informations एक दूसरे से share करें. So without much delay, with folded hands, can we please start the formal inauguration by lamp lighting ceremony? Thank you so much for being a part of this event. May I also please request Mr. Peter, Managing Director, South Asia, Head, APAC, Public Sector Business Unit, Jebra, to please join us for the lighting ceremony, sir.
दीपज्योतिर्नमोऽस्तुते दीपज्योतिर्परब्रह्म दीपज्योतिर्जनार्दनः दीपज्योतिर्परब्रह्म दीपज्योतिर्जनार्दनः दीपो हरतु मे पापं सन्ध्यादीप नमोऽस्तुते
Thank you so much. We will now proceed with the keynote address of our guest of honor, special guest and eminent speakers.
On the stage, Mr. Peter Jesselin, Managing Director, South Asia and Head, APAC Public Sector Business Unit, Zebra, and please enlighten us with your few words, sir. Yes, sir.
Good morning, everybody. My name is Peter Jayasilan. As you said, I head Jabra for South Asia and also the public sector education and healthcare for Asia Pacific. It is indeed an honor, and I'm delighted to be here today. There is an old Tamil saying or adage which goes, "Eluthu arivittavan iravanavan," which essentially means he who teaches is God. And similarly, there was a French novelist and poet Victor Hugo who said, whenever a school door opens, a prison door closes. I'm really delighted that I've been given this opportunity to speak in front of these educators who actually open up young minds of India and possibly people from abroad. Essentially, those are the young minds who are going to craft and open up the future for India. I'm really delighted, and thank you once again for that opportunity. A quick introduction about our organization. We are from this company called Jabra. Jabra is a part of GN Group. It's a Danish headquartered company. We are a 150-year-old organization. So we have lived successfully and survived successfully for the last 150 years, basically because we believe we believe in three pillars. One essentially is about our customers. We believe that customers are important. Two, we believe that our employees are cornerstone. And three, we believe in innovation. I believe in this new world, if we don't innovate enough, we will be dead and we will be history. So all of us who have survived and who have been there, I'm sure many of the institutions are running for many years, have been there basically because you've taken care of your customers, in the sense, your students, your own employees, your staff. And third, you've constantly innovated in education and the modes of education. I think today that would be what we're going to hear a lot about. As Jabra, we are into three businesses. One is the medical grade hearing aids. The two is the consumer headsets for music and for speaking on the phone. And the third one and most important one that we represent is the headsets and the audio devices that are used by enterprises in the offices for work from home, for learning from home by educators worldwide. So that's our business that we are in. So I'm really seeing this as an opportunity for me not to talk about, obviously we'll come and say a little bit more about what we do in the later part, but more importantly for me, this is a learning opportunity. We are talking about new normal. We believe at Jabra, the new normal is evolving, right? So what was a new normal, 100% sitting from campuses and studying, was outdated, and we all moved to working from home. Now I think it is evolving where it is becoming hybrid, where possibly partly from home, partly from the universities and classroom education. So it's just a beginning. I think it's never a full stop. So we believe that we are evolving and the new normal is evolving. From a Jabra perspective, we believe education is a engaging process between both the educator, the taught, and the teacher, right? And there should be unhindered focus. Otherwise, it becomes very difficult to learn. And what happens is, working from home or in a hybrid environment or using these technologies become a challenge for an educator, for a teacher, not just focusing on how they deliver their lectures or their message, to actually figuring out how to work this technology is a new learning. So things are changing. As Jabra, our vision is to create or enable an experience for the teachers or the learners or the teachers and the students. It is as if it is a in-person learning. So the technology that we enable will enable the both the student and the teaching community to almost have an in-person learning experience, which is really not is unparalleled, right? There are a lot of issues that teachers typically face while teaching using technology. Teachers are used to walking and talking. I've never heard a lecture where a teacher sat down in the chair and taught, right? Maybe they corrected something, but they never sat and taught, right? And what do you do sitting in front of a camera, and mostly laptop cameras and mobile phone cameras, sitting and trying to teach is not easy. Similarly, teachers are used to scribbling and writing on the notice board. I mean, on the board. How do you do it? Sitting down there, it's not possible. Similarly, audio is very important. It is very challenging to hold the students' attention face to face. Imagine somebody sitting God knows how many miles away. So the way you engage students is important. The way you hear and see the students are different. So multiple technologies are coming. I'm sure we will hear about it. More importantly, each of you who are educators will have a dream and a vision about how you see this in the future. We would love to listen and learn, and then see how we can incorporate that in our technologies. So thank you so much. Have a wonderful today, and tomorrow there's another session with the school, I guess. I'm really looking forward to both. Please stay safe. Jai Hind. Thank you.
Felicitation of sir with flower bouquets. I would like to call Mr. Anand sir for felicitation. Can we have the bouquet, please? Okay. Thank you so much, Peter sir, for being here. Next, we would like to thank our eminent speaker, Professor Prabhat Ranjan. Next, we have Mr. Kuwar Shekhar Vijendra. Our special guest for the day, Dr. Paran Somani, International Motivation Speaker. And our guest of honor, Dr. Mrs. Pankaj Mittal, Secretary General, Association of Indian Universities. Thank you so much, ma'am, and thank you so much everyone for being here and blessing us with your presence. Thank you, sir.
All of you, dignitaries on dais, off dais, this word new norm, the phrase new normal was something bothering me. What should I be speaking about? But we realized that for the last 1.5 years that we have in COVID, we have to rediscover ourselves. And that's what this new normal is all about. I was heading India's technology think tank in Delhi, TIFAC, from 2013 to 18. And one of the things that we had seen was the technological changes were much faster than we expected. And technology diffusion is also very fast. That means technology obsolescence was very high. We prepared Technology Vision 2035 that Prime Minister wrote the foreword, and he launched it and had directed all the ministries and government departments to follow that document. Niti Aayog was to coordinate. A lot of things that happened in the country have come out of that document. And there we had visualized many of the technological solutions that we were forced to adapt during this COVID phase. Some of that, I just wanted to mention a couple of them that we were trying in my university. One was actually to move the lab into the home of people and the bag of the people. So one concept we tried was called lab in bag. I've called it lab in bag. So we have seen that the students work on computer software part. They can do wonders. Because today students have access to the computers, internet at their home. And the COVID era, internet became much more important than the road quality. The quality of internet became much more important. I remember my society, somebody started to do some broadcast of some movies or something like that, and it affected the whole society. Everybody was very upset because all of us were dependent on internet. So students are able to do wonders there. But when it comes to hardware and embedded systems, we get stuck. So I wanted to bring that lab in the bag of students. So we use a little device that you connect to computer through USB port. And in your laptop or computer, you have oscilloscope, functionator, multimeter, whatever you have. The whole electronics thing comes into this. The second thing I'd like to mention is that we had brought in Fab Lab as part of our curriculum. Every single student has to go through that. Fortunately, AICT formed a committee, which is what they called Idea Lab. I was requested to be chairing that committee. In fact, tomorrow I'll be having a meeting with that committee, where actually we are setting up 3D printers, laser engravers, CNC machine, and things like this, which are all digital fabrication techniques across the country. AICT is funding a piece of matching grant. Right now, the committee selected about 50. Out of that, 49 have been given go-ahead by AICT. There is a technical problem. What we wanted, the faculty coordinators and co-coordinators from these different colleges to actually personally experience this and work with hand. It was very difficult in this COVID era to get them to come physically. Everybody was asking, can we be trained online? We said that, no, it cannot be done online. You have to come. Of course, there was a lot of hesitation, especially Pune was having large number of cases of COVID. But finally, one group of 20, 25 people came. It was on 26 July at College of Engineering, Pune. AICT chairman was there to inaugurate that. So we all inaugurated that. We didn't expect that faculty members who were 50 plus of age would actually come and learn things by themselves. That was one of our worry. But thankfully, after 5 days, when I went to validity, they were so eager, just like young students wanting, कि sir 15 minute time दे दीजिए, project खत्म करना है. So everybody was like that. And then we went through, we did 2 rounds in Delhi, and last 2 rounds we just did in Pune. We just finished. One in College of Engineering Pune, the 4th one and 5th one in my campus. And it was all wonderful. Even a faculty who was 52 plus, 62 plus, he was wonderfully, he did all the projects himself, and we were happy to see this. So this change that people have got sick of working online, finally they got something to enjoy. That's a big change. And it's not only actually affected us in terms of learning, but also psychologically. I had a student's father called me saying that, please, he wants to meet you. He is very psychologically down. He was depressed, actually, just because he could not go out of house. So yesterday I met him. He came to university, and he said that 50% of my problems are already gone just by coming to the university. So we have to bring students back to university. Fortunately, I have been predicting COVID trajectory. Many of you here have been also following me this. I don't think there is a third wave right now. There have been talk of third wave. In between, Kerala gave us a scare. Now Kerala has gone down. Maharashtra, Ganesh Chaturthi peak, and it did actually, and 98.5% accuracy was in terms of number. So I'm telling you that right now, at least for next 2-3 weeks, we don't see a problem unless festivities like Diwali and others again disturb that. But Maharashtra being worse affected, Ganesh Chaturthi has not affected, so I'm very hopeful, very positive. And I was extremely happy that in the flight yesterday I was traveling without having the face shield and PPE. That was a big relief. The day we get rid of that mask also, we'll be very happy. And the students have to come back to campus. Maharashtra government has allowed schools to open from 4th October. So I'm expecting the higher education institutes will also be allowed. And we want to make sure that the one more point I would like to mention is that while COVID affected many of us, it brought disastrous effect, but it also brought many new things, many opportunities. One was that we all got connected across the world. And time and distance did not matter. Fortunately, towards the end of October last year, I received requests from Silicon Valley to start a nuclear fusion project. I'm from that area, actually. I'm first PhD in nuclear fusion from this country. And I was very surprised. Nuclear fusion is something nobody has been able to achieve it and use it for commercial purposes. Costs are tremendously high. All the countries together are working in France. More than $20 billion has been already spent. India has only one research center remaining in the whole country. There was 2 initially, one in Calcutta, one in Gandhinagar. Only now Calcutta thing is closed, only Gandhinagar is there. I was also there for a long time. I was very surprised that why do they want to start this, but they said that, no, please go ahead. So we started for the first time, the country, the private institute funded by Silicon Valley. Right now our budget for 1 year is $1 billion. We expect to raise about $20 billion for the first prototype. Similarly, many other projects on chronic health, everything is coming from US suddenly. I'm not approaching them. They are approaching us because probably we got better connected during this COVID through internet, through video conferencing and so on. So we feel comfortable connecting. The same thing, if we had to travel across, it would have been difficult. So suddenly I have a request from Hawaiian scientists to help farmers with space technology, one from Georgia Tech to do reverse the global climate change that is taking, the global warming and the concept called reversible geoengineering. So suddenly, number of such projects are coming from US. They are looking at us. So I think it's a good outcome of this. I will stop at this point And other sessions, I'll talk more about it. Thank you so much.
So much, sir, for your precious words. As sir correctly mentioned, sir, I could really relate when you said the Wi-Fi issues, because not only learning, working digitally has also brought us up with this. So next, I would like to call Mr. Kuwar Shekhar Vijendra, co-founder and chancellor, Shobhit University, Meerut, as our next eminent speaker. Thank you, sir.
Good morning, everybody, and thank you for being here. It gives you confidence that a new normal is actually going to be a normal situation now. Thank you. So I will limit myself to first inaugurate the organizers. Chandan, you dared and you did it with your team. This is wonderful. And this is actually what is required. In last more than a year, we all met many times. I can see wonderful vice chancellors sitting here, and during this COVID period, we learned so many things from them. During virtual interactions, Madam Mittal is here, so naturally she was also with us in many virtual events. But coming physically together makes a difference. And this is all what education is all about: connectivity, meeting people around, learning from each other. So congratulations again for doing this wonderful initiative, taking this initiative and daring to do it today. In inaugural session also, there was a topic given. So I was a bit surprised that in inaugural session also there is VUCA. And what is this VUCA all about? I think in this complete pandemic time, we all have seen what VUCA is. Every day the new situations were coming. And what we can do, because I was seeing the topic 21st century skills in VUCA word. However, this VUCA word started from army perspective, from military perspective. I remember I was in Moscow during those days when this coup was there, and from where this word originated actually in 1990. So this VUCA, if I look at volatile situations, we have every day in our life. Uncertainty, complexity, ambiguities, they all are there. But out of those ambiguities, we have to have a vision. We have to have an understanding. We have to have a clarity, and we have to be agile. And this is what actually today the organizers did. That instead of talking about all those things, it is very volatile, what we should do, it is very uncertain, what we should do, very complex situations are there, what we should do, ambiguity is there, we should do or not. And these skills, every day in life, we all have to learn. We all are learning. They are not something very specific or new. Right from our Vedas to Mahabharata to everywhere you will find them. These are all VUCA in different ways, in different contexts. So what skills I think are required in this thing? I personally believe that when there is a volatile situation, you have to be reliable. When there is uncertain situation, you have to be trustworthy. When there is a complex situation, you have to have a direct approach. And when ambiguity is there, you have to be understandable. That understanding has to be there. And this is all what is required. And if I come back on the topic, that what maybe is required. So 4 qualities, key qualities I could found in VUCA word, what may be required. One is balanced approach to risk. Today we all are talking about innovation, we are talking about taking risk, but a balanced approach to the risk is important, what is required. But we have to be open to experimentation, and we have to be very comfortable with uncertainties. This pandemic has given us this lesson, and this is actually what skill is required in 21st century, or otherwise also every day it is required. Psychological and physical awareness. This we all were missing actually. We were not talking about mental health, we were not talking about physical health. We were just busy in doing what we were doing. But this new VUCA what came in last few months or more than a year, it has given us a reason to have this skill also, that psychological and physically we have to be very aware. We have to be very comfortable with, but not prejudiced with the change. Curiosity with the ability to learn fast. Solution-oriented with ruthless prioritization. I am using the word ruthless prioritization. And why it is required in today's world? Because more from less. This is what is the new norm. More from less we have to achieve. Because today we cannot talk about, with technology, with so many things coming up and shrinking out of the size of the campuses, physical campuses in future, that more with the less has to be done. And thank you again. Thank you, Chandan, for inviting us all here. You have given us a reason to smile, to cheer, to meet people around. And I am sure that this situation, what has arisen in last few months, it has not only changed our life towards a negative or towards something, it has changed our life towards a positive thing, that we have to think again about ourselves also. God bless us all. Please stay safe and let us meet more frequently. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you for enlightening us about the challenges that come across, whether physical or mental. Thank you so much. Next, I would like to call upon our special guest, Dr. Parin Somani, sir, international motivation speaker, academic scholar, writer, author, humanitarian, and philanthropist.
Ladies and gentlemen, first of all, I would like to say a very big thank you to Mr. Chandan and his team, Tanu and Professor Manju Gupta, and all the Vice Chancellor, all the eminent speakers who are here today to have a grand event like this. I'm sure everybody will agree that after a long period of time, we all are meeting together. Is that right? Are we excited? Are we eager to think what our children will be facing through? I think by having this event, we remember our old days and we are into the new world. This is our new world where we have to carry on with this COVID scenario. If you remember, 100 years ago, we still had the same thing happen about the different disease of plagues, swine flu. So this is one of the COVID-19 has come in our life, and we have all gone through for last 15 months, 16 months, 17 months, we all are going through, not just us, but for the global world. There is always a reason for it. Think about it. How many people, how many children, how many educators, how many professors or academic staff were online? I'm sure not whole global world was included in this online system. But with this COVID-19, we all have gelled together. We have all come up together so nice and easy around the world. There was nothing like India or New Zealand or Australia or Africa or Pakistan or UK or US. We consider ourselves to be just one person, one group of people who are working on a field of academics. Let me tell you about myself. As an academician, that I'm in this field for last 35 years. but I'm coming from the media. I've been on a finance, and now I'm 100% on this academic work, which is, I'm a trainer for the PhD students and for the orientation programs, for the faculty development programs as well. So with looking at it, going online and doing my talk was a tough myself. But we all have gone into a place where we learned. Let me take you back. In a small villages, in a small society, did they have the internet? In a big city like Delhi or Mumbai, places like there, yes, we had internet frequency. But in a small villages, like a very small town, they did not know what is the internet. How do we connect? But with this COVID-19 pandemic, the world has changed our thinking. The world has changed our perceptions. The world has changed the way we want to live our life. We have got a freedom. We all have got a freedom, and how can we think in this freedom, in our world, what we can give and inspire the society? Small places, like children who really wanted to be connected, but on this platform, on having a COVID-19, everybody got connected on this platform. The world is upside down. This COVID-19 has brought us together. And myself, I would say that in this pandemic, what I used to do before, which everybody would be in the same boat like me, that you have served more students than before, more talks than before. And we were thinking how we can serve our children, our future generation in this pandemic. The world has taken a role that we can be a role model for the future world. I would love to say that we all have been working very hard to help our academic institution, our field, in any field, whether it's arts, commerce, or science. We all have been working extremely hard and how we can bring it together. I'd love to give you 3 tips. First of all, we need to believe in ourselves. When we believe in ourselves, the world will believe in us. And number 2, we need to respect each other. We need to bring the diversity together. Forget about the colors, religion, creed, people. We all are human beings. Remember, everybody in this room are individual. We all have a soul, and we know how to help each other. We only have to ignite the light, like how the lamp lighting was done. We just have to ignite that light, and with that light, we can inspire our fellow members, our colleagues, our students, our future people. Our future generation, they are our future leader. And number 3, how do we do that? By working together. And that's the motto of my life, that I want to help the mankind until my last breath. Since I had the incident happen in my life, so everybody has got some mottos. Why we are all here? Are you not scared? Are you not worried? Because you have a motto to learn something new from today's session. You want to be inspired by listening to the people. You want to tell your story, where we will be inspired with your story too. And the second aim of my life is by bringing together. So we want to build the bridges, that's number 3. But we want to build the bridges not just in India, not in the 29 states of India, not in the 3 territories of India, but through the whole world, through the global world. And if we are together, we can make a positive global change. Thank you very much. And once again, I would love to say a big thank you to Mr. Chandan for bringing all of us together on this platform and helping us out. One last thing I would like to say that, which I forgot to mention you, by having online education, which I was doing a research, that 25% to 60% of the content, our students will learn more than going back in the old classroom. Only 8% the people can learn on the content. So remember, online is a fantastic field, fantastic mode of transmission or education. Thank you once again.
Thank you so much, ma'am. You really enlightened us that we might be geographically diversified, but we are one as a community. Thank you so much for this. Next, I would like to call upon our guest of honor, Dr. M.P. Punia, ma'am, Dr. Mrs. Pankaj Mittal, ma'am, I'm really sorry, Secretary General Association of Indian Universities. Ma'am, please come upon and enlighten us.
A very good morning to all of you. First of all, I would like to thank Chandan and his team for inviting me here and for giving me an opportunity to interact with all of you. Thank you. So I think it's after a very, very long time that I am attending a physical event. So even mic कैसे adjust करना है ना भूल गया क्योंकि normally we are now speaking in front of camera only. So thanks, Chandan. And we are talking of the new normal. And when we talk of the new normal, we mostly talk of online education. The previous speaker was talking about the benefits of the online education. And it is also felt that the future is online. But in my view, future is neither face-to-face, neither online. It is blended education. So blended education is the future of education. But before I come to that, let me first understand that what language I should be speaking in. Does everybody here understand Hindi? So why I normally like to speak in Hindi is because some time back I read 2 sentences from a poem by Pitam Singh Pitam. It said, we are talking a lot about Azadi, no? Azadi chahiye. तो 2 लाइनें जो मैंने पढ़ी वो ये थी, तुम स्वतंत्र कहते हो खुद को, बोलो किस परिभाषा में. परिभाषा, if anybody doesn't understand definition. So तुम स्वतंत्र कहते हो खुद को, बोलो किस परिभाषा में, हस्ताक्षर भी करते हो एक विदेशी भाषा में. So when I read those those lines, I felt so bad कि हम लोग स्टेज पे बैठे थे, जब आपस में बात करते हैं तो हिंदी में करते हैं, जब 2 लोग मिलते हैं हिंदी में बात करते हैं, जैसे ही माइक हाथ में आता है एकदम से अंग्रेज़ी में शुरू हो जाते हैं. आई थिंक मतलब ऐसा लगता है शायद कि हिंदी में बात करना इज़ बिलो आवर स्टैंडर्ड, इंग्लिश इज़ अ एलीट लैंग्वेज, सो वी शुड बी टॉकिंग इन इंग्लिश. सो आई थॉट वेयर एवर द ऑडियंस इज सच विच कैन अंडरस्टैंड हिंदी, आई विल बी स्पीकिंग इन हिंदी. तो यहाँ पे ऑडियंस में कोई ऐसा है तो ऑडियंस में कोई ऐसा है जिसको हिंदी समझ में नहीं आती है, देन आई कैन स्विच ओवर टू इंग्लिश, बिकॉज इवन इफ 1 person doesn't understand, then the whole process goes away. So if you all understand Hindi, can I go ahead in Hindi? Okay, thank you. So when you talk of new normal, no, तो सबसे पहले मुझे याद आता है एक वाक़या जो करीब 100 साल पहले हुआ आइंस्टाइन के साथ. सो आइंस्टाइन ने क्या किया, 1905 में उन्होंने अपने स्टूडेंट्स को एक क्वेश्चन पेपर दिया. एंड व्हेन द क्वेश्चन पेपर वाज अबाउट टू बी गिवन टू द स्टूडेंट्स, तो उनके जो टीचिंग असिस्टेंट थे वो एकदम से दौड़ के आइंस्टाइन के पास आए और उन्होंने कहा कि सर कुछ गड़बड़ हो गया. उन्होंने कहा क्या हुआ सर, कुछ गलत हो गया. ही सेज कि हुआ क्या. ही सेज सर ये सेम क्वेश्चन पेपर है जो हमने लास्ट ईयर टू द सेम सेट ऑफ स्टूडेंट्स दिया था, इन्हीं बच्चों को ये पेपर पिछले साल भी दिया, इस साल भी दिया, कुछ गड़बड़ है, मुझे लगता है कि गलत पेपर दे दिया है. तो आइंस्टाइन स्माइल्ड, ही सेड क्वेश्चंस आर द सेम बट द आंसर्स आर डिफरेंट. क्यों? क्योंकि 1904 में आइंस्टाइन ने 4 पेपर्स पब्लिश किए, ये E = mc², ब्राउनियन नोशन, थ्योरी ऑफ रिलेटिविटी. तो तो उन 4 पेपर्स ने इट चेंज द वेरी पैराडाइम ऑफ फिजिक्स एजुकेशन. Therefore, questions were the same, but the answers were different. He wanted to see कि उनके बच्चों ने, उन स्टूडेंट्स ने वो सारे पेपर्स पढ़े हैं कि नहीं, do they really understand them? So that's why he gave the same questions, but was expecting different answers. Same has happened now, after say more than 100 years after. The questions are the same before pandemic or before NEP, which has recently come, and after NEP and post pandemic. क्या पढ़ाना है, कैसे पढ़ाना है, कैसे बच्चों को असेस करना है, कैसे इंटरनेशनलाइजेशन करना है. क्वेश्चंस आर द सेम बट आंसर्स बिल्कुल डिफरेंट. कैसे पढ़ाना है, वी यूज टू फॉलो ए लेक्चर मेथड. I have been a vice chancellor of a women university in Haryana. I used to visit my classes very often, and I used to see कि सारे teachers अपने class हाथ में notes रख के या book रख के lecture method से बच्चों को पढ़ा रहे हैं. But new normal या जो post pandemic world है, are we following the same method of teaching? Is the same method recommended in the national education policy? No, बिल्कुल अलग तरीके से पढ़ाई होगी. Now we are talking of flipped classroom model. What is flipped classroom model? Like again, अगर हिंदी में समझाएं तो हमारे देश में बच्चों को क्लास में पढ़ाया जाता था और बच्चे घर पे जाके मनन करते थे, समझते थे, अंडरस्टैंड करते थे, रैशनलाइज करते थे. और विदेशों में बच्चों को घर से पढ़ने को कहा जाता है और वो बच्चे क्लास में आके मनन करते हैं. मीन्स जितना भी रीडिंग मटेरियल, ऑडियो, वीडियो सब उनको बच्चों को एडवांस में दिया जाता है. बच्चे घर से पढ़ के आते हैं और क्लास में क्या होता है, सिर्फ डिस्कशन, सिर्फ अंडरस्टैंडिंग, सिर्फ ग्रुप डिस्कशन, सिर्फ प्रॉब्लम सॉल्विंग, सिर्फ रैशनलाइजेशन, सिर्फ रीजनिंग. तो उससे क्या होता है कि अंडरस्टैंडिंग बेहतर होती है रादर देन मगिंग अप या रोट लर्निंग की जो हम बात करते हैं कि रट के याद करना. तो अंडरस्टैंडिंग बेहतर होती है. तो नेशनल एजुकेशन पॉलिसी ने भी कहा कि यू हैव टू प्रमोट फ्लिप्ड क्लासरूम मॉडल, जिससे कि अंडरस्टैंडिंग बेहतर हो बच्चों की रादर देन द sort of just giving the information to the students. तो बिल्कुल तरीका बदल गया पढ़ाने का. कैसे बच्चों को असेस करना है, वी ऑल सॉ कि जो 3 घंटे का एग्जामिनेशन एट द एंड ऑफ द सेमिस्टर, हाउ डिफ़िकल्ट इट वाज टू होल्ड दैट एग्जामिनेशन ऑल्सो. एंड इन एनी केस पॉलिसी में ये भी कहा कि इवन इफ यू आर एबल टू होल्ड, दैट इज़ नॉट द बेस्ट वे ऑफ असेसिंग एंड एवेल्युएटिंग ए स्टूडेंट. सो व्हाट वाज रिकमेंडेड कि बच्चों को कंटिन्यूसली असेस किया जाए, कंटिन्यूसली इवेल्युएट किया जाए, नॉट थ्रू वन एग्जामिनेशन बट थ्रू मल्टीपल मेथड्स. क्विजेज़ हैं, प्रोजेक्ट्स हैं, एक्टिविटीज़ हैं, फेस टू फेस इंटरव्यूज़ हैं, ग्रुप डिस्कशंस हैं. आई मीन देयर आर सो मेनी वेज जिसमें आप बच्चों को असेस कर सकते हैं. एंड दैट विल बी चेकिंग द होलिस्टिक डेवलपमेंट ऑफ द स्टूडेंट, दैट विल बी चेकिंग द नॉलेज ऑफ द स्टूडेंट, दैट विल बी चेकिंग द अंडरस्टैंडिंग ऑफ द स्टूडेंट कि बच्चों को सच में समझ में आया है कि नहीं, रादर देन कि ये थ्योरम नरेट कर दो या ये डेफिनेशन लिख दो या ये वाला प्रिंसिपल या ये वाले लॉज ये लिखते चले जाओ. तो उससे ज़्यादा अच्छा है कि उसको अप्लाई कैसे करना है, तो उसके ऊपर एम्फेसिस दिया कि हाउ टू असेस एंड इवेलुएट द स्टूडेंट्स. रोल ऑफ द टीचर्स क्या रहा, पहले क्या रोल ऑफ द टीचर्स था, अब क्या रोल. अभी तक रोल ऑफ द टीचर्स जो मोस्ट ऑफ द यूनिवर्सिटीज़ में है, दैट इज़ गिविंग द इंफॉर्मेशन टू द स्टूडेंट्स. इंफॉर्मेशन देते हैं, बच्चे उसको ग्रास्प करते हैं, क्लास में याद करते हैं, वॉट एवर, सो एग्जाम में उसको लिखते हैं और उनको नंबर मिलते हैं, दे गेट ए डिग्री. पर अब रोल ऑफ टीचर क्या होगा, रोल ऑफ द टीचर विल बी चेंजिंग टू द रोल ऑफ ए फैसिलिटेटर. फैसिलिटेटर क्यों, क्योंकि इन्फॉर्मेशन आज की डेट पे कोई इशू नहीं है. जो इन्फॉर्मेशन टीचर क्लास में दे रहे हैं उससे ज़्यादा इन्फॉर्मेशन बच्चे इंटरनेट पे अपने आप ले पा रहे हैं. तो इसलिए ये बहुत इम्पॉर्टेंट है कि बच्चों को समझाया जाए. और उसके मैं बहुत बारी बच्चों को कहती हूँ कि अगर आपको IIT में एडमिशन नहीं मिला ना, डोंट वरी, क्योंकि IIT के प्रोफेसर आपके घर में आएंगे आपको पढ़ाने आपके कन्वीनियंट टाइम में ऑन योर लैपटॉप. क्योंकि जितने भी BTech के जितने भी NPTEL में सारे के सारे लेक्चर्स दे आर अवेलेबल इन द वीडियो फॉर्म. सो गेटिंग इन्फॉर्मेशन इज़ नॉट ए इशू एट ऑल. सो what is issue is कि बच्चों को understand कैसे कराना है. They can study all those lectures. So understanding, teacher has to work as a facilitator. So therefore, I feel मेरे को time up का वो आ गया, इसलिए I have to stop now. But the way we teach, the way students learn, वो भी बिल्कुल बदल गया है. The way we assess the students. तो the new normal या VUCA world जिसकी बात हो रही है, तो VUCA world will be totally different from the new last word. It will be a new normal, but very soon this will be the normal, as told by Vijendra ji, ki very soon this will be the normal, and we all will be working in this new normal, and it is better that we adopt this new normal as fast as we can. Because if we do not adopt this new normal, then our children will be the sufferers, not we. And they are our major stakeholders, so we have to take care of our students. So with this, thank you, Chandanji, once again. Thanks for inviting me here. And thanks to all of you for patient listening. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for your such empowering words. Now I would like to call Mr. Chandan Anand sir to present some memento of appreciation to our guests. First of all, I would like to call Dr. Mrs. Pankaj Mittal, and I would like to present the memento of appreciation for her. Next, we have Dr. Paran Sumani ma'am as a special guest. Thank you so much, ma'am. Next, we would like to thank our eminent speaker, Professor Prabhat Ranjan. Kuwar Shekhar Vijendra sir. And Mr. Peter Jeslan sir. Thank you so much, everyone, for blessing us with your presence. Now, I would like to thank our sponsors, our presenting partners, Zebra, our gold partner, D-Link, Building Networks for People, our technology partner, Acer, our Thrive Skills partner, Harappa, associate partners, Quest Plus, EduSkills, vSoftTech, Eval, Map My India, and Superbot, our university partners, Shobhit University, Shulini University, Chitkara University, OP Jindal University, Noida International University, our institute partners, Jaipuria Institute of Management and International Institute of Management and Technical Studies, our government supporting partners, Government of Telangana, AICTE, our knowledge partner, NBT.India, our academic partners, Millennium Education Management and Little Millennium, our school partners, Sanford Word School and City Montessori School, and our preschool partners, Sanford. I would like to inform that Zebra is organizing a contest in which they are gifting 5 different beautifully designed head speakers or headphones which are built to enlighten and to upgrade the quality of education. So, in order to participate, the forms are present in front of you. Kindly fill up these forms and submit outside the auditorium so that we could organize a lucky draw in the evening in front of everyone and see who gets these headphones. Thank you so much. Now we would like to go upon a networking tea break for 15 minutes and meet after. Thank you so much.